AMV Queen Productions presents the making of Raiden Shogun cosplay build, starring me, AMV Queen.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the AMV Queen channel. I'm coming to you live from the Anime North 2024 Con Crunch. The cosplay studio we have two sewing machines here, there's a lot going on. But Anime North this year aside, it is the 1 year anniversary of building my Raiden Shogun cosplay from Genshin Impact, and I figured this week I'm gonna celebrate and on top of that get this vlog out that's been a work in progress for about 8 months. So today we're gonna go back to 2022 when I started planning this costume and make our way all the way up to Anime North 2023 when I debuted my costume. So let's start when I started vlogging, which I believe was November or December 2022 when I decided to take this project on. But before we get into that, and I'm going to list below where I'm going to give a little bit of a backstory so you could skip that if you want to go right to just making the costume. So why did I want to make a Raiden Shogun cosplay? First and foremost, I had never played Genshin Impact at all when I decided to do this. So that's weird. But I was like, okay, there's a lot of people cosplaying from this thing. What's going on? But also I don't have really time to play right now. But I'm curious. What's the story? And then I tried to Google Genshin Impact and learn more about it, and I didn't understand. But I saw this purple girl and I was like, oh my god, who is she? She's so cool. Because I'd already cosplayed Kokomi from Genshin Impact earlier that year, and I love the designs. I love the girlies. So I was like, okay, let's do another one and see where this goes, but make it from scratch because I purchased the Kokomi cosplay and it was like the largest size and it didn't fit, and it was just a nightmare trying to get the alterations. So this one I was like, let's just do it from scratch. It'll be easy. It wasn't, obviously. Another goal that I had, and I had been thinking about for some time, is I really wanted to do a live performance because I do my CMVs and I love them. I was like, well, I need to try being on stage to see what happens. So I made a goal to enter the Anime North cosplay competition, which I had never competed in anything before, and I was like, might as well try it, why not? So that's a whole other thing, which I did document last year, if you want to see it in my Anime North 2023 blog. So the first thing I did was try to find fabrics that would elevate this costume. Specifically when I was looking at the Yukata, and I was looking at like Doki Doki Cosplay and like the cosplay making companies, and I loved how their fabric had this, there's a word for it and I always forget it, but it had the flowers, like the nice details on top. And so I saw this at Fabric in Toronto, which is in the stockyards, and I was like, this is perfect. I lucked out so much because that fabric is perfect. And it was relatively inexpensive. I think it was like I got 6 or 7 yards for under $100, which is pretty good, I'd say. I don't know. I originally wanted to make the 3D printed accessories myself with foam, but I ran out of time and I didn't want to. So then I invested in the 3D printed accessories from the Dangerous Ladies, which made my life a lot easier. I glued everything to it and sew it, which is probably, I don't know, probably not good, but made it a lot easier. I had seen from other cosplayers that do Genshin Impact stuff that to get the details they use the heat transfer vinyl to iron on. So I was like, I guess I'll do that. I don't have a Cricut. I don't have anything fancy. Like I don't have a Cricut, I don't have a 3D printer, I don't have a laser cutter. But I was like, I'll just hand cut it, it'll be fine. And it was okay. But yeah, it was fine. So the first thing I did was make some mock-ups of the yukata, the skirt, and I think that's it. Because if I was not going in raw using that fabric, there's no freaking way. So I was like, I gotta try it, and then also I had to do an off-the-shoulder thing which I will cover. So here we go. Let's go back to November 2022. The first thing that I'm doing for this project is, so I have my pattern that I'm doing for it's a Yukata pattern. It's from Cut Sew. So this is my base for the upper bits. The first thing I'm doing is, this is the length of the sleeve that comes with the pattern. But obviously I want it to be a lot longer because Raiden's is really long, like almost touches the ground. So I need to, with tracing paper, I'm gonna make it longer. And I'm also going to adjust this pattern. It's for like a long one. And so hers goes to like, I don't know, here or something. So I need to make the adjustments based on my body. And here are the beautiful extra fabrics that I have that I'm gonna make the draft with. And this is so I can get all the correct measurements and stuff without using my expensive fabric that I have already, because I don't want to waste it. And it's too nice. So that's what I'm doing. Funniest thing about sewing is that maybe 20% is actually sewing. The rest is thinking, looking at the pattern, and making sure you don't do it wrong. I've completed the rough draft of my thing, and I realized originally I was just gonna like go like this to have it like off the shoulder and bring it down, but it just doesn't work that way. Like it just doesn't sit right. So I've drawn on here where I need to adjust the pattern. It'll sit differently. Also, I didn't add the collar on because I got lazy. Maybe I'll do that later. Okay, so I've cut this how I want it to be. Now I have to transfer it to the patterns. I only did it on one side because when you're using a pattern, it's for both sides. Also, I hope this isn't too low, but I'm also gonna put the collar on, so I think it's fine. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Look at this. Looks so sick. However, we have some structural issues like this. Okay, guys. Literally, who is she? Ignore everything else but the collar. Ignore the arms, ignore the darts. Literally, so slay. I borrowed a Cricut from my friend. Thank you so much, Coley. And I'm gonna cut all the stuff for the sleeves. But I totally just ruined my leggings and I'm really stressed out and I have like 8 hours to do this. So I am trying not to have a meltdown and just trying to get this done. And it's a lot. I'm having so much fun today and I feel really great about this project right now. I drew these on my iPad and then brought them into Illustrator where I refined the curvature of the lines with the pen tool, and then I made sure that they were the correct size slash measurements with the actual pieces from the costume. And then I moved it over to Cricut, and I learned how to do that, and it's kind of difficult. Going in using a Cricut raw, not even testing anything, just trying and hoping for the best because at this point, F this, I'm over this. I guess I didn't film any footage of me sewing the skirt, but it was made, so there you go. It was easy. It was pretty easy to make.
Here's making some of the details. The skirt is basically finished. I think I'm gonna hem it a little bit back here so it's a little shorter. She has these markings right here, and I was thinking of doing it with either this color, heat transfer vinyl, or this color, but like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to add it on. I might just like leave it for a bit and think about it, but I do need to add these dudes. So I'll probably glue these on while I'm wearing it, because why not? I cannot get a scalloped hem. Look at how, I can't, it looks so bad. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna have to get creative.
The leggings were the worst part of making this. They were the thing that made me late for the convention, made me con crunch to the point of severe stress. Not actually, but I con crunched a lot with these stupid leggings because I wanted to do just a black base sewed to nude leggings, and you can see in my first try here I did that, and then just do like for the purple part glue fabric to foam and then glue that onto the leggings, because I did that for Kokomi and it worked. It looked great. This one looked terrible. It was like the shorts that I used, the nude shorts I used originally, were really, they just didn't work. It was the wrong fabric. Everything, the sewing was horrible. It was just a nightmare. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to cut out the purple part again, fabric glue it on, not stretch, so fabric glue it on my body while I'm wearing it. And I don't know what I was thinking, because fabric glue does not dry immediately. It takes a long time to dry. At one point I even considered just using the dye to dip dye. I don't know, it was just a nightmare. Like nothing was working, everything looked bad, and like her leggings are kind of like V-shaped with the black, so that was really hard to sew onto nude stretch. It was really difficult. Like I think it was because the fabrics were so different, but then I found nude leggings and they were perfect and they were easy to use, and then I just attached the black leggings that I already sewed to that, and then I was like, okay, I'm just sewing on the purple applique, and it looked a lot better than I thought, and it was extremely comfortable. They are the most comfortable part of that costume, which is awesome. So the thing that took the longest, or was the most annoying, is the most comfortable. So I appreciate that. It kind of pays off a little bit.
I messed up the OB because I measured my waist and I did it totally wrong. I got 22 inches, which is not the size of my waist. My waist is twice that size, and I just like was on autopilot, just like sewing and stuff, and I just didn't perceive that that was wrong until I had this fully made. And I put it around myself and I was like, that's weird, it doesn't really fit. So I had to make a second panel to go on the back. But the good thing to come out of it is that it's stretchy, so like when I move around, it'll bend a lot easier. And then I'm gonna attach this to this and then sew a zipper on the side. Okay, still working on the back. There's this like purple kind of like tie looking thing at the back, which I've made a pattern for. And actually is a ruler, so gonna cut out some fabric, gonna sew it, gonna add some heat transfer vinyl, because that's all I've been doing. It is 10:40 on a Sunday night, but gonna keep on going because whatever. For some reason, this collar was one of the most difficult things to make. I could not for the life of me sew it correctly, so I bought a white, are they called ascots? What are they, like a fake turtleneck thing? And then I dyed it, and then I cut it, as you can see here, because I could not get it right and I was running out of time and I was over it. All right, there's the big finale. The costume is done. It's Anime North, and I go to present her in front of everyone, and I am putting the costume together out the door. That was a bad idea. I'm going to get back to getting ready for Anime North 2024, but if you stayed to the end, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. So I'll see you around.